Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, back on the beat, here, across from the Southern District of New York Courthouse. Although we just covered some local news, but I'll get to that in a moment. In national politics, as some may have seen, yesterday we covered the Supreme Court argument of Colorado taking Trump off the ballot. Now, we tried to do the blow-by-blow, and the consensus seems to be that the Supreme Court is probably not going to allow him to be excluded from the ballot, saying that it would open up gates of chaos. And one justice, at least, brought up that, of course, other states could take other candidates off. Speaking of the other candidate, after Special Counsel Hur issued his report saying they're not pursuing Joe Biden, but one of the reasons was that he would present at trial as a well-intentioned old man with a bad memory. Biden, as many of you may have seen, at 7:45, 7:55, who's counting, spoke at the White House. Now, I guess my point on is, for some reason, because I thought he would speak about the Supreme Court, I decided to live tweet his appearance. This gave life to a lot of backlash. People think that somehow, I'm not the one who called the president of Egypt the president of Mexico, but you just do the best that you can. In any case, it's a political season. I prefer the courts, but sometimes the two intersect. Speaking of which, and even it may be Honduras, but it is politics and law. The former president, Juan Orlando Hernandez, the trial is still set for Monday. It's Friday now, and even yesterday, his second appointed lawyer, the first one is a bit sick, he needed help, he got a new appointed CJA lawyer who's asked for a month or a week, some more time. And Judge Castell has asked the government to respond to his claims about late provided 3500 material, which is material that they often don't have to give until just before a witness or after a witness testifies. But a filing is due at 2, and then Castell will rule. I think the trial is going forward. Whether it gives rise to an appealable issue, I don't know. Judge Castell has been a judge for a long time. Meanwhile, we did ask the United Nations about Honduras a lot. When Guterres sent a panel down to prop up the narco president's contested term, never an answer, because the UN is corrupt. They can just throw the press out. Now, the press, Inner City Press, we just asked a question. I'm going to turn here. Up there, this way from where I'm standing, is Kim Lau Square, the gateway to Chinatown. And there's a new project that I've actually spoken about it here. They're going to supposedly beautify where I'm filming here on Park Row. We'll see. It's been closed since 9/11. It's a peaceful place. But the electeds were there. The Peru president, Congressman Goldman, Mark Levine, and Eric Adams said the community has been impacted by COVID-19 and by hurricane, climate change. So I asked about, there's a Chinatown jail. Not to say jails have to go somewhere, but do they have to go in Chinatown? Especially when they're saying that they're so concerned about Chinatown. It seems like the government is giving with one hand, taking the other. Now, Eric Adams' answer was that was the city council and not him. Okay, somebody else also asked him, there's a lot of controversy about an arch that was supposed to have been built in Sunset Park. All politics is local. That's why we'll end on this one. Inner City Press, no job too small, but we're going in. To be continued, innercitypress.com.